what you see in front of you is something called TimelineJs. Now I know if you're into Edge, you could make this yourself, but hey, they do it for you. It's not particularly hard, and I'm not doing a tutorial on how to do this, but I'm going to do one on how to include it into your Edge project. So here we go. Timeline. Follow the directions, and as you can see, I'll do a quick run through of how this works. You just click it and gives a date. Create your own timeline. That's pretty easy. You get to follow it down here. Explains how it works. It explains how to sign up for updates and how to create your timeline. Just follow this. It's really easy if you have Google stuff. And eventually, after you paste your URL in here, you'll get this code, the embed code. Look at it for a second. It's an iframe, which means it's HTML. We love HTML. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy it, Command C. Or I could go under Edit Copy. Either way, it'll work. And I am going to jump back to Edge. Now I've set up my Edge very basically. I got a standard size for myself as if it were a web page, 1000 pixels wide by 800 high. Believe me, one thing I've learned about using the timeline, after you get sort of less than 450 pixels, it falls apart, doesn't look good. So you need some space. I am going to open up my code window. And I am going to go Stage plus Creation Complete. And I like to do this, but you don't have to. I'll get to this. I like to create variables. So variable timeline. And the reason I do this, it just makes it easier for me to set it up. Now I've got variable named timeline equals open double quotes, close double quotes. I sometimes use single quotes. It just depends on what's being used in the embed. I'm going to paste it. And because everything is orange, I know that it's acceptable between the double quotes, which is great. That's my HTML or iframe. The one thing I want to show you in this code is down here. We have a height of 650, a width of 100. That works really well for us. Then height of 650 again. And then no border, no frame. If you're going to change anything, change it right here. Like I said, once you get down to 450, it does not work very well. Okay. Now, where am I going to include this? I could attach it right to the stage. Do I want to do that? Probably not. Probably want to put a rectangle or something like that in it. So let's do a little more preparation of the stage. Now, I'm going to get myself the rectangle tool, and I'm going to say, oh, it goes right here. Maybe it's my banner. I don't know. Make sure it's about the size I want. And like I said, height is really important. I'm going to do, I'll start with 450 and then I'll show you what happens as we change it. So let's grab this up. We can come right over here. I'm going to disconnect these two. Make this 450. Okay, like I said, this is usually the least amount of height you can have. We'll mess with it and show you what happens. And I'm going to add a script. And the script I'm going to add is the CDN, Content Delivery Network, path to scripts. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So first I'm going to jump over to Safari, and I already have jQuery.com open. And see the giant download button? Press that. And if you scroll down a bit, you'll see the CDN. And the part of this, you don't need the script, you don't need it. All you need is from the word code to JS, copy it, then come over here to the scripts, plus sign, add script from URL, after the HTTP:// paste it, say OK, Now that's part of it. That's the secret sauce, okay? So let's continue on with our coding. I'll go back to the window, open up the code window. Come on, code window. There we go. And so what do I need to do? Well, I need to declare this. So SYM dot $, open parentheses, open double quotes, close parentheses, dot, which that's not a dot, HTML, open parentheses, close parentheses, semicolon. Now you'll notice that I did not put quotes in there, nor did I put a semicolon. Let's redo that, semicolon. I did not put quotes in there because I'm going to use this variable timeline. So timeline goes right here. All that's doing is saying all this code fits here. That's it. Where am I attaching it to? The rectangle. I have to spell it exactly like the rectangle over here in the elements. Now, I could name that something else, but I'm not going to. So let's go look at it at the browser. Let's do a preview in browser, which is File, Preview in browser, or Command Return. There it goes. It's loaded up. Pictures, time, maps. There's a Vine in here, which is just a little movie. You can play it. All kinds of stuff in here. There's even, like if you just want to watch this, because like this is their demo, there is a movie in here, if I can find it. This one right here by Dr. Edwin Land of the BBC. Let me tell you how fascinating Dr. Edwin Land is. Created the Polaroid camera. Absolutely essential. So here we have this at the rectangle 450. You can see the months, you can see the time. I'm going to jump back here. We know it works, so I can close the code. Now let's up this, drag this up to, I don't know, about 350. And see what happens. This is about that. Command return. And you still have a fairly good representation, but the reason you do is because if I click this, you'll see this is visible. If I put this on hidden, command return, and now I don't get much. I only get part of it. So it's all about how you want to arrange this and how you're going to use it. Now I do want it hidden because I'm going to need it not to interfere with other parts of my stage. And so I need to make this about the right length. Let's try it at about 550. There we go, 550. And you can see that it's working just fine. And that's even with the hidden rectangle. So you can see this is pretty easy. Makes a really nice timeline. Adios, amigos.